My name is Marilyn Kleiber, although I write under the name of J.M. Tibbet, and I write a high fantasy series of which I've published 7 books now, and I'm working on the 8th one. Hopefully, it will be published by the time you actually see this. So, hope that tells you a little bit about me. It's a
Well,
high fantasy. Sorry,
welcome. That's okay. Welcome to Calling Word, and we're really excited to have you as part of this year's venue. And congratulations on being such a voracious writer.
thank you.
Marilyn, I'm going to ask you a few questions just so people can get to know you a little better. And the first one is, what inspired you to be a writer?
Well, I think before you can become a writer, you have to be a reader. And I was very fortunate, both my parents were, and my mother was particularly, well, she was voracious as she read, and her favorite genre was science fiction. So she got me turned on to it, and I discovered Isaac Asimov. I mean, I discovered a lot of different authors, but I just loved Isaac Asimov, got to meet him later in life as well,
Mm.
and decided if he could do such wonderful things with science fiction, I could do it with fantasy, because obviously at that age, I knew a lot I could come up with fantasy, but I didn't know very much science. So I decided I would start writing, and I write through school, high school, and then eventually at some point said, I think it's time to write a novel. And that's what caused it.
So it's always really been part of your life.
Oh, if I couldn't write, I couldn't breathe.
Ah, oh, wow. Thank you for sharing that. And what kind of stories do you like to tell?
While I write high fantasy, and I do like telling fantasy stories, but I'm also rather fun. I have fun telling stories of humor and horror and adventure. Excuse me while I take a drink.
Yes, by all means. And I think, having read some of your work, you take those different pieces and put them into your stories at different times.
Yes, I do.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, can you share a little bit about what you're working on now?
Right now, I'm planning my next series. It's going to be fantasy, of course, but I have to decide on the subgenre. Like the subgenre of the one I've just finished is myth, which is a long journey. So I don't know what that's going to be. I'm still up in the air about it.
You're still processing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
very much so.
And that can take a while sometimes until you really get excited about the idea. And I think the other part I wanted to ask about maybe was where do you get your ideas in the first place? Because you're writing in a really unique genre in fantasy for sure. So where are you getting the inspirations?
You know, when somebody sent that to me, and I've been asked that again before.
Right, right.
It's sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night with an idea.
Ah,
I didn't plan it, it just kind of happened. Or I'll be at a meeting with a whole bunch of people, someone will say something, and it kind of triggers that thing in your brain that says, oh, pay attention to what you just heard.
right, right. So do you keep a notebook beside your bed?
I did at one point in time. The
Mm-hmm.
trouble was I couldn't read my writing the next day. So I'd rather get up, sit in front of the computer and write it down and then go back to bed, and I can sleep happily.
Good
Uh,
idea. Yeah,
I think,
and then you're set for the morning.
yes, I think the thing is too that when you're trying to come up with ideas, I use a lot of prompts, of course, at some point. And I belong to some writers group, some of which we actually write prompts when we're within the group. Um, it, they What I guess I need to say is, how can I not come up with ideas?
You've got a busy mind.
Yeah.
So, having said you belong to a lot of writers groups, I'm going to ask you what advice you might have for aspiring writers.
First of all, read. Read everything they can get their hands on. Because when you read stuff, it's sort of, if I'm a very, very fast reader. I didn't realize I did that, but I see pictures, I don't see words on a page. So I see the pictures. I remember the first time I read Hemingway's Old Man of the Sea. I could see it and I thought, oh, God, he writes well. But I realized it was also my mind converting words all jammed together. As I said, I didn't see individual words. So I think if you read enough, any potential writer is going to be able to do that. And that will inspire you to look at a scene and see it used somewhere. Uh, you meet people who are a little bit of the characters you write about. You can't help but notice there are things that they do subconsciously. And you think, wow, I can put that with someone. I had a dear friend who was severely OCD, and one of my characters is severely OCD. So, and it you just find things out. I think an interest in people has got to help.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
To just be an observer and enjoy the quirkiness of human beings.
Yes, I love that word. I have a newsletter and I call it the quirky quill. So I love the word quirky.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. I love that. Okay, Marilyn. Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to just make sure that the folks at Collingwood get to see this and enjoy